Guys, what the fuck is good, you fucking nerds? You already know what it is. You clicked on the fucking title. I asked on Facebook what collection do people want to see. PSP 1 followed by PS 1. I like doing these types of videos, especially maybe once every year or two, because collections grow. So I think they're the type of videos that you should make more often. So I'll probably, if I already have a pre-existing PSP collection video, I'll delete that one and just have this one up, so it's not like there's tons of shit on my channel. I'm actually thinking about going back and retroactively deleting most of my old videos from the first year or two of YouTube anyway, just because I don't know, they're fucking weird. So let's do this. I tried to do it once and I got through a third of the games and it took 20 minutes. I want this whole video to be maybe 30 minutes long. So let's see if we can do it. I'm going to try and not blather on about everything. I'm going to be leaning off camera a lot because these games are on piles on the floor here. God's Eater Burst, Monster Hunter clone. Not much to say about it. I'm not really into the Monster Hunter games anymore. I used to have an addiction to Monster Hunter, and I don't play it at all anymore, and I don't play really any games similar. Gungnir, very cool game by Sting. I absolutely adore Sting. This game is awesome, although at times a bit complex. Darkstalkers Chronicles, love this game. I actually have this on the Vita now. I got it off PSN because it's one of the PSP games that I just replayed a lot. It has a ton of replay value, so I figured I might as well have it on the Vita. Aegis Eclipse, I think that's how you pronounce that. Generation of Chaos. This is a Idea Factory game published by NIS America. I have never played it. I don't know if I ever will. That's sad. Innocent Life, a futuristic Harvest Moon. This game I thought I could get into, but it's super fucking boring, and I don't like it at all. And I like Harvest Moon games. We got a couple copies of Castlevania here. There's probably more hanging out. It seems like this game was $5 at GameStop a while ago, so I just bought every copy I could find. Or I wasn't seeking them out, but when I'd come across a copy, I'd just pick it up. I've given, I don't know, tons of these away to my friends and stuff in packages and shit. So, yeah, awesome. You can't beat it. I don't know if it's still really cheap, but it used to be dirt cheap, and you get Rondo of Blood and Symphony of Night, so it's a fucking steal. Awesome game. One of my favorite things that exist for the PSP. Speaking of some of my favorite things that exist for the PSP, we have Valkyria Chronicles 2 and 3. This is the extra version, so this has more content. It is, of course, Japanese. Awesome games. Absolutely love these games. Really excited about the remake for PS4. I'm sure that's going to be phenomenal. It's going to be so nice to play that game with trophies. I would love to see these games. Hopefully, if that game sells well, they'll do something with these. Maybe a Vita port would be really cool. There is a patch for this, so you can play this in English, no problem. I'm a computer idiot. I'm not computer savvy at all. I don't do computers. That's Timmy Took's job. He's a fucking boss at interneting. Crack, not so much. But really easy to get the patch for this and play through it. I honestly think 3 might be the best of the 3, so it's kind of a shame we didn't get this one. Awesome games. Didn't want to talk about individual games too much, but those ones all deserve it. See what else we got. Shadow of Destiny. I've never played it. I think it's an adventure game. It looks cool. I want to play it. I just haven't. Tactics Ogre, not much to say about that. Let Us Cling Together, definitely a staple of a respectable PSP collection. R-Type Command, jeez, what a fucking bummer this was. I bought this game when I had first got my PSP. It was one of the first games I bought, thinking it was an R-Type game, just a shooter, and it's a strategy game, of course by IREM. Now, at the time, I was really disappointed, but I went back and played it a few years later and actually really thought this game was a lot of fun for a strategy game, a strategy spaceship game. Not bad. I wasn't able to finish it because I sucked at it, but it's a lot of fun, you know. Maybe I'll go back and give this a shot sometime. Probably not. A second one came out in Japan, but yeah, it's for a tactical game. I had a lot of fun with it. Infinite Space, when I like played Infinite Space, it was after I played this. Infinite Space a little bit reminded me of this, but Infinite Space had like an infinitely better story. Some infinite puns. What else we got? Lunar, a fucking masterpiece, you know. It even says it on the back. See right there, fucking masterpiece. Disgaea Infinite. This is really cool for Disgaea heads. This is a graphic novel. Totally worth checking out if you're into Disgaea. I had a lot of fun with this. I played through it like 3 or 4 times to get all the endings. Awesome game. It's short. I mean, it's easy. It's, you know, an easy playthrough. Really enjoyed that. Dissidia 012 Duodecim Final Fantasy. Whoever fucking named this game, I hope they got fucking fired for this, because this is just ridiculous. Hammer and Hero. This is an interesting game. This is another Irem game published by Atlas, side-scrolling, and I really wanted to like this game, and in a lot of ways I did really like this game. It's quirky, it's charming, but it has control problems. The controls never felt right, and even though I played through the game, I finished the game, I never felt like I knew how to control the game perfectly, because it was like some parts seemed delayed, some parts seemed really slippery. It just had weird controls, kind of took me out of the experience, but still enjoyed it. I got this game, I want to say at like GameStop for like a few dollars or something, and at the time it was kind of an expensive game. I want to say it was like a $30+ game online. I would never, ever, ever pay the going rate for this game. It's probably not expensive anymore. I'm sure it's gone down. Seems like PSP hype has really died down, unless it's like something Metal Jesus showed on his channel. Which is why I'll never own fucking Hexy's Force. Fuck you, Metal Jesus. Yeah, I mean, if you can find this game on the low, it's definitely cool, but if it's still expensive, I don't really think it's worth the going rate. What do we got here? Guitar Man Lives. I was excited to find this game because I've always wanted to try this on the PlayStation 2, but again, this was a really expensive game. I don't know if it's still expensive, but got it on the, the PSP. Didn't even know it was a thing until I came across it. I love the cover too. It's just fucking terrible, but it was fun. A lot of fun. Hard. Definitely a harder rhythm game, I think. But good stuff. Short but difficult. What else do we got here? Venus and Braves. This is another Japanese import. Has some crossover from the Tales universe. Unfortunately, I haven't checked in a while, but about a year ago when I received this, shoutouts to the homie for the plug for this too. Really appreciate that, fam. I looked up a patch for the game and was not able to find one. So I don't know if a patch exists for this game now. If there is, I really want to check it out because it looks awesome. The graphics in this game are phenomenal. It looks fantastic. But without the story, it didn't really make much sense for me to kind of slog through it. So if a patch does come out for this game, I will definitely play it, but as of now, I have not. Suikoden 1 and 2, nice little package here. Very cool to have both these games on one disc, but of course it is in Japanese. But patches for both these games exist, so if you do want to get this little collection, it's definitely easy to play. But now that they're out on PSN, I mean, you can just get these games on the Vita, and they're totally worth playing. Legend of Hero Trails in the Sky. This game, everybody said, was like amazing, and I mean, I do think it's a great game, but it took a while for this game to kind of, I don't know, it took me a while to get into it. It started really slow, in my opinion, and at first I was like, I don't get it, but the more I played it, it turned out to be a great game. Is it my favorite game on the PSP? No. I know a lot of people are like, think this game is just fucking amazing. It's the best game on the PSP. It's good, but for me, it's not the best game on the PSP, but definitely a classic. Regular Dissidia. Everybody knows about these games. Not much to say there. Blade Dancer. Haven't played this game yet. You know, it's another NIS RPG. This is something more I wanted for the collection. Plus, look how fucking shiny that is. You know, oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. But I heard it's pretty mediocre. Don't know if I'll ever really give the game the time it deserves. Grand Theft Auto Chinatown Wars, one of the few like AAA games that I have for the PSP. I love Chinatown Wars. I don't care if it's on the PSP or the DS. This is probably my second favorite Grand Theft Auto game that I've played. My first is always going to be now I can't even think of it. Vice City. Just because the nostalgia for that game is so strong. I haven't even played 5. I don't really have much of a desire to, but this game's awesome. Really enjoyed that. Let's see. We're making some progress. We're doing alright. Girl Lancer, Wayfarer of Time. I have yet to finish this game. I started it and put it down for whatever reason. That is true of a lot of these like massive, in-depth PSP RPGs. I'll start one up and play it for a dozen hours and stop. No fault of the game. I think it's more just the PSP. It's not the most comfortable system for me to play, and I don't know. I mean, I want to finish all these RPGs, but some of them I just can't get through, and I'm not going to force myself. I know. Such a noob. Kenka Bancho Badass Rumble. Really cool game. Unfortunately, it does suffer from the hardware limitations, I guess, of the PSP. I think that the buttons and the button layout didn't really help this game. It really could use a second analog stick. It's a good game. There's a ton of shit to do, but the PSP as a device kind of hindered my enjoyment of this game. I'd love to see this game maybe get a remake or another one come out on the Vita. I think it'd do a lot better. But on the PSP, yeah, it's good. I know a lot of people are crazy about this game. Shoutouts to Sega CD Universe for turning me on to this game. But I just couldn't really get into it like that because the way it felt to play it. Legend of Heroes, A Tear for Vermilion, I think. What is this? Yeah, A Tear for Vermilion. Awesome game. Shoutouts to Ben G for the plug on this. He played through it. He's like, Crack, I love this game. You got to check it out. So I did. I played through it, and I thought this game was fantastic. And Trails in the Sky, I think, you know, maybe it's a better game as a whole, but this game got its hooks into me instantly. Like I like both of them. I'm not going to say one is better than the other. They're both good games, but this game I clicked with immediately and really enjoyed it. I'm definitely interested in getting 2 and 3, but again, those games are just going for so much fucking money now. Another Sting game here. Nights in the Nightmare. This game is awesome. Really fucking hard, but definitely worth checking out. Very unique. Awesome visuals in this game. Absolutely stunning. Highly recommended. Definitely check it out. It's still super cheap. It also came out on the DS. Jeanne d'Arc. By Level 5. Level 5 has been putting out a bunch of fuckery, in my opinion, lately. That LBX game, I tried to play that game. That game is fucking garbage. I'll talk more about that in another video. But, like, Level 5 just has not been doing it for me lately. But this is something that they put out that I actually really, really enjoyed. But I stopped playing. Again, something about playing these big, long strategy RPGs on the PSP. They don't keep my attention for whatever reason. And I like strategy RPGs. But, I don't know. This is another game I just gave up on after like a dozen hours or so. Got to come back to and finish this one because this was a great game, and I kind of feel bad saying that I didn't finish it, but I'm not going to fucking sit here and say I finished a bunch of games that I didn't because that's some fuckery. I'm not with that fuckery. Third Birthday. This game was a massive disappointment, in my opinion. Really wanted to like this one and just didn't. Again, I feel like this game sort of suffered from the hardware limitations of the PSP as well. I think this could have been a very interesting game with a little more polish on the PS3. Let's keep it moving. Street Fighter 3 Alpha Max. I enjoyed this game a lot. There's this particular mode on this. I can't remember what it's called, like World Tour mode or something, that I played for, like almost a couple weeks. Just picked this game up on a whim at a thrift store, and that mode alone just kept me playing this game. That said, again, the hardware limitations of the PSP. Playing Street Fighter 3 on the PSP, that fucking D-pad, it killed my hands after a while, but still had a lot of fun with this regardless. Jacandia, what is this? The Timeless Land. Really wanted to like this game. It's by Idea Factory, published by Access. Seems great on paper. Really, really cool idea conceptually. Bad. What am I trying to say? It didn't work out, man. You know, great idea, poor execution. Really wanted to like this game, but it not that great. Beaterator by Rockstar. Any kind of music making application for handhelds, I'm typically always very interested in. This one is okay. It's not nearly as good as, say, like the Korg games for the DS, but interesting nonetheless. Cool to mess around with for a little bit, but it was a little heavy on, like, you know, it's the hip-hop image thing, but still kind of interesting. Half Minute Hero, awesome game. A huge advocate of this game. Xseed and Marvelous Entertainment, obviously published by Xseed. Really cool. I definitely recommend it. There's like shooting parts, art first. What am I trying to say? Action RPG elements. Tons of different stuff going on here. They took a lot of risk, and ultimately I think that they succeeded with what they were going for with this game. Definitely not for everybody. What game really is for everybody? Show me a fucking game that's for everybody. But yeah, I would put this in one of the top 20 must play PSP exclusives for sure. Crisis Core, not much to say about it. Let's keep it moving. We got Mega Man Maverick Hunter and what the fuck is that? Mega Man Powered Up. I wasn't able to finish either one of these games. I just finished the first Mega Man like a couple months ago for the first time, and I've been trying to finish that game since I was a kid. I fucking suck at Mega Man games, but yeah, cool to have them. Nonetheless, kind of oddities, especially this one with its chibi aesthetic. You know, not much to say about him. I'm not the biggest Mega Man guy, but I still respect him, even though his colors is fucked up. Spectral Souls. What are you gonna say? Idea Factory. It's just another one of those RPGs. I haven't even fucking touched this. I don't even think I've put this in my fucking PSP. I don't know if I ever will. Tales of the World, Radiant Mythology. Not the best Tales of game. Probably not the worst Tales of game, but it might be in the running. Yeah, I would say probably stay away from this unless you're like a huge Tales fan. Wild Arms XF. I have not played this. I've never played a Wild Arms game ever. I don't know anything about the series. I just never got into it. That said, I do want to play this, but I heard it's not good, and it's probably a bad place to start if I've never played a Wild Arms game. Still really happy to have it. Great cover art, you know. I can give it that. I think it has great cover art. What's a good Wild Arms game to play first? Probably the first one, right? Grand Knight's History. Oh man, what a sad story this was. I believe Xseed was going to bring this out in North America, and it ended up getting canceled or something happened. I can't really remember. This is the Japanese import, obviously. So I got a patch for this game. Thought it was all gravy. The patch that I got only patched like the game mechanic stuff. You know what I mean? Like the stuff you have to know. All the story bits weren't patched, so I had no idea what was going on with the story and like with the dialogue and stuff, because none of that stuff was in English. I don't know if I just found like a bootleg patch or if that's the only patch that exists, but at first I was like, oh, whatever, I can still play through it, I don't need the story. But the thing is, with Vanillaware, their games look so good, Like, how can you not get sucked into, like, what's going on because of that visual presentation? So yeah, it really kind of took me out of the experience, and I didn't end up finishing this game. I think I don't know, played it for like maybe 4 or 5 hours before I was like, fuck, I want to know what's going on. So I should look again if there's a better patch or something out there for this game, because it looks great and it played well. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed what I played. I just wanted to know what the fuck was going on. Is that too much to ask? Yagdra Union, another game by Sting. I actually really like this game. I haven't played the PSP version. I played this game on the Game Boy Advance and thought it was fantastic. So I was happy to get this PSP port in a trade with the Sega Soldier. What's up with the Sega Soldier? Shoutouts to Canada, man. Make a video. How you doing up there, bro? You living? What's good? Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure they added more stuff to this. Really cool. You have like these massive team, or I don't know what you'd call them, army battles with like these massive, teams, right? Really cool stuff. Huge learning curve. This isn't a learning curve. This is like a learning shotgun blast to the nuts. But once you get over that, it's a lot of fun. So definitely recommend that. I recommend anything by Sting. Sting is just one of those developers where they could put out probably a terrible game and I'd still like it. Steambot Chronicles Battle Tournament. This game is not what I thought it was. I thought it was going to be like, I don't know, more like the one on the PS2 that I've never played, but I hear is great. This is, as the name implies, kind of like a battle tournament game. I played this for like maybe 15 minutes and I was like, fuck this. So it might be a good game for what it is. It's just not what I wanted it to be. Is that selfish? I don't know. Phantom Brave, really good strategy RPG. Highly recommended if you're into Disgaea. This game came out on everything. PS2, we had a blast with this one. Yeah, definitely recommend that. Manakemia, I have yet to play it. I heard this is a really bad port, so I just haven't touched it. I do like Gust, but I heard it's bad, so I didn't play it. Well, I didn't hear that game was bad, just that port, I guess, is bad. I think the original's on the PS2. I guess that one's supposed to be fine. I've never played either. Let's see, what do we got? Astonisha Story, a Korean RPG published by Ubisoft. How fucking weird is that? It looks like it has great cutscenes and is really pretty, but I've heard the translation is just bananas. I started it up to, like, for the lols, but I don't know what happened. I never got too far in it. I need to go back to this. What I played really wasn't that terrible. I heard everybody says what a bad fucking game this is, but definitely need to finish this one up. I'm sure I still have my save file. Crimson Gem Saga, haven't played this one yet. One that was on my want list forever. So really happy to have it. Now I just need to finish it. Persona 3 Portable, my favorite way to play Persona 3, hands down. It's my favorite Persona game of the Persona games that exist. So, yeah, great. I don't really have much to say about it. Every fucking dickbag on YouTube fucking has already fucking bukkakied all over this fucking franchise, so not much for me to say. I have the first Persona game and Innocent Sin 2, like the big box editions, but they're like packed up in the closet, so not gonna show them. I don't want you fuckboys to just, hurt your little winkies, get a little hard on in your little tight pants, skinny pants. We got Phantasy Star Portable. Yeah, pish posh. I'm not really crazy about the Phantasy Star games in general. I really liked Zero on the DS, but I haven't really spent too much time in the universe. I need to give it a more of a fair shake. These games, though, I can say that I absolutely adore. We have both the Prinny games, really, really hard as nails platformers, awesome stuff. Highly recommend both these hilarious games. Great writing, just a joy to play through, and brutally fucking difficult. And that is true of both of these. Let's see, we got some sealed games here. What do we know? Valkyrie Profile Lenneth. I just haven't gotten to this yet. I've never played it on PS1 or anything. I hear it's great, so definitely looking forward to playing that one day. Sweet Fuse. This is still sealed because I actually got this on PSN, so I just kept this one sealed. This game's really good. I thought this game was great. Idea Factory, Access, visual novel, even though I think that it was intended for the ladies, I still had fun playing it. Metal Gear Solid, the graphic novel here, digital graphic novel, really cool. Not something I see all the time. I was really happy to find this, and I don't know, I thought it was cool for what it is. It's not really a game, but it's still really cool. Final Fantasy Tactics, obviously a fucking, what do you say about this? This is a classic. Final Fantasy 2, not so much a classic in my opinion, but still people enjoy it. Just not one of them. Metal Gear Solid Portable Ops. I thought this game was really cool. I liked kidnapping dudes and stuff, and yeah, I thought this game was a lot of fun. I don't know. It was actually one of the first Metal Gear games I've ever played and enjoyed it. I stopped playing it partway through because I think it was Holy Kale or one of my buddies was like, no, don't play that one first. Why are you playing that one first? And I was like, I don't know. And then I went and played the first Metal Gear Solid and the second Metal Gear Solid and the third Metal Gear Solid, and then I went back and played this and thought it was awesome. So I think now I just have to play 4 and 5 and that other one that came out on the PSP, I can't remember. We got Blaze Blue, portable, definitely not the ideal way to play this game. Class of Heroes, first-person dungeon crawler. This game is really fucking good. I thought this game was a blast to play. This game really made me want to get into some of the later Wizardry games because I heard that this game pretty much just jacked, I don't know, some of the later Wizardries, I don't know what you'd call it. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Whatever. The game is fucking cool. I still haven't played Class of Heroes 2, but I heard that one wasn't as good, so whatever, I guess. Disgaea Afternoon of Darkness, one of my favorite franchises of all time. Of course, have nothing bad to say about it. This is, in my opinion, the best way to play this game. So, yeah. Awesome. Dungeons and Dragons Tactics. Still haven't tried this. I got this because Corn Muffin, I don't know if he made a video just about this or brought it up in a video. Either way, I heard him talk about this game. He was giving it some praise. I was interested, so I grabbed it. I just haven't tried it yet, unfortunately. Power Stone Collection, definitely a cool game. Mine is really faded. See that R? That's what all these letters should look like. What the fuck happened to that? I didn't notice it when I bought it, but yeah, cool to have both these games on one UMD. I would one day like to get another cover because that just it bugs the fuck out of me. If you have something that's sun faded, does it bother you? Because it drives me fucking crazy. Man, I gotta hurry up. A couple copies of Popola Croy, probably my favorite PSP game, published by Age Tech. I love this game. I don't know what to say about it. I don't know. This game and another game that I'll talk about are probably tied for my favorite PSP games, but they're so different. It's like apples and oranges, kind of. We got the Silent Hill Experience. Not really a game, but still really cool. And Silent Hill Origins, Pish Posh, I guess. Almost just fell. We got Star Ocean, Second Evolution, awesome. I really liked that game as well as the first Star Ocean, which I thought I had, but I don't know where it is. Oh, it's right here. Star Ocean First Departure. Really had a good time playing both those games on the PSP. They were a lot different than I thought they were going to be, which is a good thing because I thought they were going to be, I don't know, kind of lame. We got a bunch of Ys games here. So, of course, we have 7 and Chronicles and Oath of Felghana. All awesome games. Personally, I think that, I don't know, Chronicles to me is a fucking masterpiece. I fucking love this game. These were all great. I mean, 7 is probably actually the one that I liked the least, and I think most people regard this as one of the best. But they were all wonderful. Tales of Eternia, an awesome Tales game. This is an import. Really happy to have that. Fantastic stuff. Metal Slug Anthology. Fucking Metal Slug Anthology, man. It's the fucking shit. Castlevania, another copy of that. Phantasy Star Portable Ops 2. And my other favorite game on the PSP is definitely ZHP Unlosing Ranger. Really, really cool game by Nipponichi Software. Highly recommended if you've never played it, or if you were into... Oh, why can't I think of that game? So some games came out on the PS3 that are kind of like, this is like the spiritual successor to them game. The Guided Fate Paradox, that game. If you like the Guided Fate Paradox at all, check this game out. I think you'll dig it. And if you like Disgaea, check this game out. Really, really cool game. If you've never heard of this game, check this game out. I had a blast playing. I could not put this game down. Awesome. Almost done here. We've got Rockman Dash 1 and 2, or Mega Man Legends, I guess, as it's known in the U.S. This little box here. Really, really awesome set here. Really happy to have this. Shout outs to the homie for the plug on that. Very, very cool. I treasure that for sure. And the last two things I got here, these are actually like recent pickups, so I won't even put them in a pickups video now. Brave Story, New Traveler. Why they went with the landscape option on the cover is just stupid. Like, what the fuck is with that? This is a game, I've wanted this game forever. I passed it up for like $7, like 2 or 3 times. I'm like, oh, $7 is too much for that game. And I just recently found it at a pawn shop, and guess what I paid? $7. So I could have saved myself a lot of time and headache to just get it when I saw it like years ago, when I was like actively playing PSP games. Like now, I don't really pick up the PSP too fucking often unless it's for emulation or something. So yeah, whatever. I heard good things. We'll see. And the last game I have here is the Metal Slug 7, or what do they call this shit? Metal Slug Double X, I guess they're calling it. Published by Atlas. I don't know how much this differs from the one on the DS, but as just a huge Metal fan slug, when I saw this, I knew I had to spend my ducats on it. So that's it for my collection. I think I didn't really include, I have like some anime on like UMD that I'm just not going to show because who fucking cares. I'm probably forgetting some stuff, especially if there's anything in like a special box or something, like those SMT games. And I don't know why my Ys games aren't in their boxes. I think at least 1 or 2 of those I have is in like a big box or some shit. I don't really fucking know. But let me know any games you would recommend I get. I have a short list of ones that I'm like actively looking for. Hexy's Force is number 1, like my most wanted PSP game. And then there's Riviera, which is another Sting game. Both Hexy's Force and Riviera are Sting games that I like really want. What else is there? The Gradius Collection. I don't know. I'm sure there's a few others that I can't think of right now. There's a ton of shit on the PSP, so by all means, go ahead, recommend me some stuff. And yeah, that's it.